Hey everyone, it's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders, and money lines here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Quick reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with Prize Picks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100 on Prize Picks. You can also use one of our links that we have down below in the comment section and the description. It's a great app, guys, that specializes in player props and things of that nature. You can put multiple picks into an entry to win a lot of money, and it's a lot of fun to use. They are also running a special contest right now where you have a shot each day of the NBA playoffs to win $1 million. By participating in their contest. So be sure to check that out, guys. Really good time to take advantage of the perks at Prize Picks. Also be sure to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section, guys, as well. Favorite pick that you like for the day. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include a pick in the video if it hits. Speaking of our comment cappers, we had lit picks dropping the heat in the chat with Tyrese Maxey over 18.5 points. I believe Maxey went for over 30, so this is a great call out there from Lit Picks. We love to see it. Great call out there in the chat. As far as our stream results, hopefully we got the 2-0. I'm actually recording this during the Warriors-Kings game. Warriors currently leading 17-12, so hopefully they pull through. We ended up cashing Joel Embiid under 32.5 points. That was absolutely free. He had like 20. The Nets continue to play that type of defense on him. Love to see it, guys. So hopefully, when you guys are looking at this, hopefully we got the 2-0, which would mean we're on a 6-2 run in the NBA. If that came in, fingers crossed. But yeah, we're going to get back after it today, guys. We're going to look to get this 3-0. We got 3 plays here for you today that I think are great value bets. Really love the plays that we have in store for you today. We got 2 unders and another over. So let's get after it today, guys. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with Jason Tatum under 30.5 points here for the Boston Celtics. Minus 110 odds here on Bet Rivers. Guys, second half of game 1. This is where I kind of picked up on this one and when I started really liking it. Jason Tatum went 1 for 8, 4 points in the second half of game 1. So clearly the Hawks made some adjustments there at halftime. They were down by 30 points. Ended up winning the second half by 17. They only lost the game by 13 points. Really made a nice run in the second half there. So I think here for Jason Tatum, guys, I think the Hawks are going to play him a little bit more aggressively. Look for him to get a few more doubles. Obviously, he's their best player. And it's hard to score more than 30 in the playoffs. It just is. Here, Tatum, 20 out of 25, last 25 playoff games to the under, including, like I said, game 1. He actually had 21 points at halftime, and he finished, like I said, with 4 in the second half to go under this mark. That's honestly why I like it. I think it's just hard to go over 30 in the playoffs. It really is. You saw same concept, with Embiid. It's just a lot of points. It's possible, but especially for the star player, they're going to garner that type of attention. I think the Hawks will be paying a lot of attention to him, obviously, and Jaylen Brown. But I was a little bit more comfortable with Tatum here. Like I said, when I was looking at that second half. Tatum here, 5 out of his last 10 to the under, so we like to see that overall. Pretty solid, 50% there. Blowout potential here. Obviously, this is a 10.5 point spread. We saw the Celtics extend that lead there in game 1. We could see more of that in game 2. And potentially less minutes for Jason Tatum towards the end of the game. Celtics have a ton of depth, guys. I think that's the other thing I look at here with, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon. He had so many guys capable of scoring 20+. Any one of those guys could go off for 20+ on any given night. So, obviously, we like to see that, and Tatum doesn't have to be the hero. But he is so good, he could easily drop 30. It's one of those things where I think the Hawks will defend him a little differently, though, force the ball out of his hands and force someone else to beat him. At least that's what they should do. You can't let Tatum just beat you, because he will. He's a very good player. So love it there, guys. So for our number 1 pick, we're going Jason Tatum under 30.5 points here for the Boston Celtics. Minus 110 odds here on Bet Rivers. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with R.J. Barrett under 17.5 points here for the New York Knicks. Minus 105 odds here on DraftKings. Guys, I just don't trust Barrett in the playoffs. I mean, that's a big thing right away, but by the numbers, this is terrific as well. Barrett here under in 5 out of 6 career playoff games. So obviously like to see that. He was well under, obviously, in game 1, just 2 for 12 from the field. Yeah, he didn't even come anywhere close to this. So I think here, again, I expect him to go under. Cavaliers, pretty good defensive team. They're actually 7th best versus small forwards as far as points per game allowed to small forwards. So they've allowed the 7th fewest points to small forwards. We like to see that during the regular season. He's also, Barrett here, also 10 out of 13 to the under versus the Cavaliers in his career, including, like I said, that game 1 there of the playoffs. So more often than not, guys, he goes under versus the Cavs, and I expect more of that here. Now, the one thing is, I'll say, Josh Hart is out for the Knicks, but I don't think that'll affect... I mean, Josh Hart did actually score a good bit for the Knicks there in game 1, but typically that's not the case with Josh Hart anyways. Josh Hart typically isn't a guy looking for a shot, even when he's been with the Knicks. Game 1 was different, though. We saw a guy actually scoring a good bit, but I think the scoring will more go to maybe Quickly. Could see more Quentin Grimes. Barrett might get a little closer to this line. I could see him getting 10-plus points. I don't see him getting 18, though. I think that's just too high for him right now. Just can't trust him right now. I'm not seeing the clutchness so far in the playoffs, and like I said, all the trends point to that. So love it there for our number 2 pick. We're going R.J. Barrett under 17.5 points here for the New York Knicks, minus 105 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and finally at number 3, you guys honestly are probably going to hate me for this because we just took this pick the other day and it missed, but I'm not afraid to go back to something I feel is a good pick. And like I said the other day, I felt it was a good pick the other day. I still stand by that, so of course I'm going to run it back at him. We got Russell Westbrook over 31.5 PRAs here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Minus 115 odds here on Caesars. So guys, Russell Westbrook here over in 5 out of his last 10 games, so 50%. 3 out of 5, last 5 on the road without Paul George. 4 out of his last 6 playoff games he's over with logs of 42, 54, 48, 27, 35, and 27. So you guys will notice there, though, he's close in every game, even the 2 he missed. He had 27 apiece, including in game 1. We'll get to why that was such a bad beat here in a minute. Obviously, we talked about it the other day. There's a lot of motivation here for Russell Westbrook. We saw that play out in game 1, really. The dude played hard. He played great in a lot of ways. He was terrific on the defense end. Rebounded the ball great. Really did some really good things on the floor, but he did especially bad in one category that we'll get to. Suns here allowing the 8th most points to point guards, so we like to see that. The 14th most rebounds and the fewest assists, believe it or not. But Russell Westbrook actually had 8 of them. 8 assists in game number 1, so I think he'll still be able to get some assists. He's cashed this line in 4 out of his last 7 games versus the Phoenix Suns. 5 of those on the road with logs of 41, 29, 36, 17, 37, 35, and last game with 27. Now, game 1, we're going to talk about game 1, guys. Russell Westbrook was ready. 3 for 19 from the floor. 3 for 19. That's crazy. I haven't seen someone shoot that bad in quite a while, to be honest with you. That's pretty bad. So that means if he made 2 more layups, if he was 5 out of 19 from the floor, we would have cashed this line. Or he might have had to been 6. 6 out of 19. We would have cashed this line, which is still a terrible shooting night. So obviously, I think he'll improve off that. I think there's more chances that he'll actually be open because he was so bad. I think the Suns might live with him being open, force him to shoot, get better looks. Obviously, with Kawhi Leonard dominating in game 1, could see Westbrook actually get better looks, believe it or not, which would be good. Hopefully, he knocks him down. But yeah, guys, he had 19 shots, 14 potential assists, which he converted 8 of those, 15 rebound chances, which he converted 10 of those. So if you guys think of this from a volume standpoint, his volume was crazy good for this PRA line. Crazy good. 48 overall chances, right? 19 shots, 14 potential assists, 15 rebound chances. That's insane for a PRA line like this. That's why I say we actually saw his PRA line. If you're doing a little bit of line rating, the juice on his PRA line actually went up. So his PRA line was 30.5 to 31.5 in game 1, with the odds juiced on 30.5 and not juiced on 31.5. Now it's 31.5 and 32.5. Odds are more juiced on 31.5, and some books are even offering 32.5. So it kind of gives you an idea what the books are thinking as well. And honestly, I see him going over. I really do. And he's going to make some shots this game, guys. He'll get it done for us. So love it there for our number 3 pick. We're on Russell Westbrook over 31.5 PRAs. Minus 115 odds here on Caesars. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If I was a little discombobulated with the speech, guys, it feels like I got something in my throat. So that's why I'm kind of struggling a little bit. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. We're starting to get on a little bit of a run here in the NBA, which we'd love to see that for the playoffs. We're looking at a lot of unders, which I think is a good strategy here. I think more often than not, unders have just a way of cashing. And hopefully that continues here. We got 2 unders here today and an over. Obviously, overs are more fun, but, I mean, we're going to take what's making us money, obviously. So, appreciate y'all. Hopefully we get another 3-0 sweep here. We had one the other day. Hopefully there was a 2-0 last night. If the Warriors won, you have to let me know. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Check out all of our social media links. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and our Discord server as well. All free resources where we provide more information as well. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you all next time. Peace out.